It's wet and dour this morning. Good morning. Welcome back to Dower House Farms, or Beef and Crops Farm, Livestock in the south of Ireland. And it's 3 degrees and it's lashing rain. But the moo-moos need to be fed, and the horses need to be fed, and the cattle need to be bedded down. So, plenty on. Let's get at it. We put up a video every day at 7 o'clock to show off all the good Irish agriculture is doing. I got me brekkie with me now this morning. I wouldn't usually get a roll at all. Most mornings I get now a cup of Frank now, alright. But I just felt like I needed a bit of comfort food today. Oh my god, it's lashing. Can't really see it there. Can you see it out here? No. Yeah, I just get the jobs done now today and go back into the warm house. Unfortunately, the local Point of Points, Livestock Point of Point, is called off today. Unfortunate for them, but hopefully they'll get to reschedule. So, all the cows grubbing away. They're here 2 weeks now, they're up onto full belt and they're starting to fly it. Aren't you, Moo? Few boys in here now think they're hardy bucks. So we had to put a little bit of a deterrent from these lads getting bullocks notions. So just wire up over the gates. They'll keep you quiet, won't it? You don't need to fear them jumping over the gates now and getting caught in the gate or something. Wouldn't make much of a difference if they got into them, but anyway, better be safe than sorry. So the last 2 sort of years we've changed our stance on vaccines. I wouldn't have ever said I was against vaccines, but there's a belt off it anyway. I wouldn't have ever said I was against vaccines, but I just didn't really see the need for them in our circumstances at that time. But we've a lot of stock in the yard now, and we've a lot of different groups of stock, and we've cattle coming and going for contract finishing and things. So all our calves are vaccinated now. We give them an intranasal when they come, and they get done then before, about 3 weeks before housing, they get an IBR and an intranasal again. We'll probably change that for the coming year. We'll do, I think, if you do 2 Bovipast as calves, you can just give them a Bovipast again when they're going into the house, and I think it's longer lasting and it's cheaper, so we'll probably do that this year. But like the weather forecast this year since we put in the cattle has been hot, cold, a lot more hot than cold, which is bad. If it was cold all the time you'd never have pneumonia, but when it's hot and cold and a change in temperature and it's hot during the day and cold at night, and it could be tonight it could be 15 degrees, and 2 nights time it could be -2. That's the worst of all for pneumonia. So, but fingers crossed we haven't had to inject any animal for pneumonia this year. And look, all our pens are fairly full, but all our sheds are very airy is the other side of it. So we vaccinate all the cows now and they come in as well, just because we don't want animals getting sick when they come to us. They should be thriving from the day one, and just making sure that there's no underlying subclinical pneumonias or anything going on is just what we find is the best way to keep them going. And it is bigger feedlots that I've over this year, like they vaccinate them for everything under, well, I wouldn't say everything under the sun, but any of the possible illnesses that they could get while they're in their care, they vaccinate for them, because they just don't want, like ourselves, the stance we have to take now, we just don't want sickness. We have too many animals to be looking after if some of them get sick. You can see these are our smallest group of calves. He's an narrow devil now. Why is it all the worst one stands in the photo? But these are our smallest group of weanlings. They're not calves anymore, but they're after doing really well over the winter. So we actually still have 10 out, and they were the worst. They were the wakest of them, and they were flying. So obviously it's not feasible to have them all out, but yeah, leave them couple of wake ones out, stands to them. Feeding shouldn't be too bad now today. I've 3 mixes to do. The weanings here at home don't have to be fed, so that's good. They had enough to, I gave them a double mix last night. So bulls, cows, and the weanings in the outside yard. And I've everything all put out and everything, so just load them up and feed them out. The only dose now is going to the outside yard today, but look it holds plenty of cattle and it's a nice shed and I'm very lucky to have it, so I won't complain. Also, shameless plug, if you're on Twitter, or I don't know about Twitter, Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, go over and follow Kill a Pint of Points. We have a great old Betty there. We have a new hero now this year. She's playing a blinder. We have a new secretary who's also playing a blinder. So, you know, the chairman now is a bit odd, but anyway, you have to work with what you got, I suppose. We have a leaking chute here. Whatever happened to it, it got pulled off somehow. So I'll get Dad to lift me up there now in a minute. We'll fix that. I've one mix done. She's mixing away there now, and I don't know can you see it or not, but maybe you can. There's actually steam outside the window off the windscreen. It's that cold. I'm just going to have my breakfast now and my cup of Frank to keep me going while that's mixing. Does anyone else have a mother that leaves subtle messages like mine? That's a message to me. I get that every Sunday morning to put the bin up to the road. It's just left alongside my Jeep. Just getting the second mix done there now. I tried to do a live there, but it just didn't work out for me because I need my phone for too many things, unfortunately, between Cow Connect now and the reception around the yard isn't good enough then to go off the Cow Connect Wi-Fi, so look, it's just a bit of a nuisance, but anyway, sure, you wouldn't watch my video at all if you thought I was doing this morning. So, I know, we'll do one again another day. There's 2 beds out here now. Going to get these bulls bedded down again. There isn't much new happening on the farm. Last week or two is just sort of same old, same old. But this is just we portray what happens on a farm every day, and that's just what's happening at the moment. But look, from now on, I think from probably tomorrow on, there's going to be a fair few different things happening. Big Jim didn't get any of the machinery service yesterday. He's had other jobs, so let's do all that this week. There's a lot of horses schooling this week. What else? Yeah, we'll be starting to. There's bulls going this week. We're probably going to sell a pen of bulls this week. I'd say 2 or 3 loads of them. And a lot of mucking out to do. And yeah, look, it's going to be a busy week, so there'll be no shortage of footage on it. Or content, I suppose, is what they say, isn't it? We're content creators around here. So all the boys and girls bedded down now. What do you think, lad? Nice cozy bed for the day, haven't you? Hello. I better take the hint from man and put up the bin. Done. One more little place I want to check out now. This is probably the heaviest day's rain yet this winter, so we've one place that floods. I just want to go over and check if it's flooded. So this is the place I wanted to come look at to see is it flooded. It's not. There's a savage cover crop here, but I ain't getting out to look at it today. It is snowing now. Just started. So I'd say we're nearly the last place in Munster to get snow, but so do you know what I will get out figured? Have my trusty spade. Well, I'll tell you one thing for nothing. You better like and subscribe after this. So there's plenty of water starting to sit here now, but out in the middle here, and there's a savage cover crop in this field, but look, it's just a low lying. To be honest, it's a dig a hole here now and see. Don't be too much life in it today, anyway. Yeah. But look, as wet and all as it is, it's still nice and fluffy underneath, so the water's draining away. So this part of the cover crop was planted about a month earlier than that, and you'll see it's all starting to die off now. So I was going to roll this in the frost, but I'm not going to now. Just it's all starting to die off already. We'll spray it in there whenever the opportunity presents. There's about 50 acres in this block. There's two big fields here. This is where the whole crop, this field is where the whole crop, so if you go back to one of my earlier videos, or people who've been watching from the start will remember we did whole crop. So now it's proper snowing, so I'm going getting into the Jeep before anyone sees me and they says, what is that lunatic in the cowboy hat doing out in the field and it's snowing? So the idea of why I was going to roll it in the frost was, if you roll, sorry one sec now, let's wrap this. If you roll the cover crop when there's a really heavy frost, it kills it off and it disintegrates it. But I think that's there, it's after dying back enough now that the reason you want to do that is if you want to, if you have a really heavy cover crop with a really heavy canopy, sometimes it can be hard for the for the Roundup to get down to, say, the smaller weeds and the grass weeds down the bottom. So if you roll it now, it'll kill it off, it'll expose the grass weeds, and you can go and spray it then fairly successfully. But you can see here the later sown stuff doesn't have that heavy a canopy, so I should be able to get down to the grass, and the earlier sown stuff is starting to die off. So like to make that rolling effective, you have to do it like really early in the morning when it's down to like -3 or 4. So I think I'll stay in bed for myself. Now we'll head home. We've enough done for the day, I think. I'm just up here piking in the silage on the outside farm. The snow isn't bothering these boys anyway, they're having an old feed. Not a bother on them. Up here now would be a lot higher than our home yard and even where I live, and I saw no snow until I came up here, and I was on the phone to someone driving up here, and we were talking about schooling tomorrow. I said, should there be no schooling tomorrow? You can't get anywhere with the snow. It's what snow? What are you on about? But by all accounts, everywhere bar where I am is like covered in snow. But there's a bit of snow here now, alright, but there's a thing of nothing. But we better get this whole silage pushed in. You can't beat a bit of al fresco dining. Not a bother on them. I'm just pulled up in my own house now, so that's it for today. So plenty on now again tomorrow, so we'll see you. So thanks a million for watching. I'm just home now, and I'm going to call it a day. So we'll see you again tomorrow from more House Farms. Please like and subscribe.